Hey guys, what's going on? Okay, so I got it on YouTube and TikTok. Last night I did TikTok videos. It was 2 nights ago I was doing my videos and streaming a little bit here and there. Was that was 2 days ago. Okay, I was streaming on TikTok with my game, building up my followers and my TikTok subscribers, YouTube subscribers. This morning I've got some chicken. I've got some fries. I made some fries. I cook at 350 degrees. I love my chicken. What? The chicken. Gotta have your chicken. I had the fan on to push the smell because cooking a lot. You have that cooking smell and that you just smell the food. So I like to air out the smell. If I'm cooking a lot, then it's good to kind of air it out. Air all that smoke out from the oven being on. And then I have my dentist appointment tomorrow. Get there at 10 o'clock and then issue my Medicaid card and they'll fill my teeth. It'll take about 48 hours for it to settle. So I'll wait for that and then get back to ride my bike. I don't really want to do many activities right now. Gaming is the easiest activity that you can do. I just clean up my floors. Put some dish soap on there. I mean, you don't really need a mop. You can use it. But I'll just fill a bowl up with soapy water and then wash rag. I'll just sweep around the floors. Clean the floors up with wash rag. Nice and simple. And that way you can maintain keeping the floors nice and clean. You see, that's my new electric bike right there. I have my covers down to protect the floor, and then the weight down there right there to protect it. I was doing some settings on it, and you can drain the battery. There's all kinds of different settings for this bike battery, for this specific kind of bike. This morning, I found that my hub motor cord was unplugged. And I'm like, oh, that's why it wasn't working. And you gotta make sure this is plugged because that gives power to the battery and everything. You plug that up, and it's a little hub motor, but I tell you, it's powerful for a little hub motor. 750 watts for this electric bike. This bike will cost you about $312 or so, and it comes with everything. Some electric bikes online, and I read some reviews, and I'm like, people just aren't getting good electric bikes. And you got it. I mean, I don't know why people do it. They get electric bikes and then they don't know how to work on them or know anything about them and stuff like that. It's like, why even get a bike if you don't know anything about it? That's like buying a car, a used car or something. Me, I've had a lot of experience with bikes, so that's why I get them. I'm working on them, keeping them maintained, knowing how much battery it has, and the settings on this bike. Gotta know the settings on the bike. People get paid to. I heard people get paid to do the reviews, but it's like I read the reviews a lot because I want to know how good it is. But then all you really hear is, "Oh, I got the bike and it was popped inner tubes and all this." Like, sometimes it can do that, but if you don't know what you're doing, then you're not gonna be able to take the inner tube off. Because look at this, easy dead bolts. So you can take the back tire off, take the chain off, put the chain back on. And it's one way to really, you can take the derailleur off, chain. It's a 7-speed bike chain, so one thing to know is to able to actually, because I've had a lot of issues with these derailleurs, and trying to figure out how to take it off, because obviously you have to take the back tire off and then the chain off and everything. One thing to get is a chain breaker, a brand new chain breaker tool for it. And you gotta know how to take the chain off. I mean, you could take it off, I guess, like that. You could push that up, and then, well, that's very simple, but still, you gotta be careful. Don't want to get into stuff that, you know, I sometimes get into stuff, but then I realize that I don't want to get into that because I'm gonna fuck it up. I don't mess with it. Just leave it alone. Some things you just gotta be left alone. You know, just like until you figure it out, because then you're gonna fuck the whole back up. And you can drive it with the throttle, but this bike, especially when you're going up hills and you're using the throttle takes up more battery power. Been learning out about this bike, and it's a good commuter bike, and I'm gonna get the free time on my hands that I have. And the kickstand is so easy to put on. I love it how it comes with a big kickstand. Today's a pretty warm day today, so after just chicken and eating fries, I'll be getting outside on it for a little bit, and make sure that I don't up any hills, because it takes up so much power. And zip tie, I have some zip ties for this, so I can zip tie that. Gets that tied up. But since the smell is not there, we're turning the stand off. Do have some gravy. Probably have some gravy. Let's put this in the hot water. Or put it into a bowl. Turn that off. I bought so many electric bikes online, and I mean, honestly, I've sold the other electric bike, and they may be cheap, but if you're patient enough, you can get these bikes sold for someone that actually knows how to work on bikes, because all you need is a battery, chain, and inner tube's fine. All you gotta really do is look at the inner tube, and it'll tell you the tire size and the inner tube size, pretty much. And it's fairly simple to do it like that, because that's how I do it, with going off by what I look, and you know you need the right size inner tube for it. And I also have the bike seat for that. With the bike seat right here. Bike seat, let's put that in there, and then simple. Yep, and I had to buy my online subscription. It was like $9 a month, but I'm like, there's just certain games on there that I love, and then it's my online. Now I got to think about just a cheaper online subscription other than $70 a month, because at least I could play my online games, and then my PlayStation Plus games you get monthly. But if you can't play them if you don't have online, though. So we let that gravy. It don't take long to fall either. We'll just cook up in the microwave in the bowl. certainly got this bike, but I've got this bike right here. And just like a lot of settings, I'm gonna get the battery on there. And I mean, I don't have a certain specific battery for it, which I have a 12-volt battery for it, and it works. That's just, I gotta learn to get into the settings of this bike. It may be the same settings as that bike, but to reset the battery and everything, and then go from there. I'll figure it out. And having this bike with the connections and settings that it does have teaches me a little bit more about electric bikes. It'll hold about 330 pounds, so it's good. And I rode it on the sides, run the rocks. It's fucking awesome. It's one of them like mountain bikes with fat man tires. I mean, some, I guess, they're fat man tires that hold the 330 pounds. That's a lot of weight. And then you gotta break in the inner tubes and the battery. Okay. The gravy is thawed out. We still have this in there. Gonna cook that up. So some other meal that I've got, the microwave meal. Here's that. Chicken. I've had a little extra money this month. So, just the rest of my food stamp card and then get me something that I need to get around. That's the thing. Be able to know how transportation feels. Like having your own transportation, way it feels, is the reason why I do this. Because, yeah, it may be, conserving power here and there, but power usage and charging the battery can take a lot of power.